Hi, Ian from footballboots.co.uk, and today we're taking a look at the Mirosar 10. This is the new boot for Lionel Messi. It's inspired by his hometown, Rosario. In Spanish, Mirosar 10 means my Rosario, and the 10 is put into the name, and that comes from him wearing 10 for Argentina, for Barcelona. And yeah, these are the Mirosar 10, and we're going to be taking a look at them for you today. This boot's colorway is officially power teal, white and solar orange. The boot primarily just has this orange kind of all over it. It's got the power teal at the back. Now, they're inspired by the graffiti on the streets of Rosario where Messi grew up. And just these three main colors. You got the white three stripes, and the other thing is you got the Messi logo on the heel here. The sole is in the power teal, little flashes of the solar orange here. Few little transparent studs at the back, and yeah, that's about it really for colorway. So let me put these on and I'll talk to you a little bit about sizing and fit. With the Mirosar 10, you're going to notice that just like a standard F50, these are pretty narrow. If you're a player with wide feet, you might decide you want to avoid these. You're definitely going to have to consider maybe going a half a size up maybe. Now they've got this hybrid touch across the entire boot. Just means that they're nice and soft and pretty comfortable to put on. Upper's pretty thin, pretty flexible, pretty comfortable to wear. Let's talk a bit about breaking. Because these are hybrid touch, pretty soft, pretty thin. It's going to be relatively easy to break it in. It's only going to take a few sessions for them to feel pretty comfortable, and then you're going to be good to go. Now, saying they are hybrid touch, the entire upper of these boots is hybrid touch, and the hybrid touch itself combines, as you probably know already, the benefits of the synthetics and leather together, and makes it feel like you're almost wearing a pair of leather boots, but you've got that ease of cleaning of synthetic and all that kind of good stuff. Upper is very thin, very soft, and it just shapes and molds to your foot quite nicely. So dribble text, which has been added to the boot to give you that little bit of extra friction and grip between the boot and ball, especially in those wetter conditions, has been applied across the entire orange aspect of the boot. You can see these red lines all the way across through here, all the way through here, and it just spans the entire length of the boot. So even up here at the back, you've still got the dribble text in action. We don't think that it's been applied across the power teal. Can't really notice anything there. When I rub my hand across it, don't really feel it. So it's certainly not on the three stripes across here, but you've got this dribble text everywhere else across the boot. The other thing to look at is the sole plate, and we've got the speed traction and sprint frame being used. That's the combination they've got. That you see on the standard F50. We might not be seeing it for much longer, but you're certainly seeing it on this pair and on the latest F50 Supernaturals. Because of this sole plate, it means that it does suit those people with narrower feet. If you have the wider feet, this type of sole plate won't necessarily suit you, so bear that in mind when you're choosing your boots. It's a great sole plate for players with those thinner and flatter feet. And generally, a lot of people do have thinner and flatter feet. A lot of people say they've got wide feet. It's not as common as perhaps you might think, so just give these a go, try them on and see what you think. You might be surprised, they might well suit you very nicely. So like previous Messi generations, these boots are pretty lightweight. They do weigh a touch more than the standard F50. That's the F50 with the speed foil. The speed foil strips a bit of weight at the back. These are going to run at probably 160 grams, somewhere like that, depending on what size you're wearing, and they're a lightweight boot. So a couple of things to bear in mind with the Mirosar 10, same as an F50 really, is because of this super thin upper, they're not going to give you a huge amount of protection. So if you're playing Sunday League and you're getting stuck into a lot of tackles, this is probably not going to be the boot for you. The other thing is durability. Because it's that thin upper, it perhaps won't last perhaps as long as a nice thick leather boot or something like that will. But Messi seems to be changing his boots every couple of months, so perhaps you won't be wanting to wear these for too long anyway until he'll be moved on to the next ones. That being the case, it's pretty much the same thing with all speed boots. They've got a super thin upper, so you know what you're getting. If you want a fast, quick boot, you know you're not going to get that protection on the boot that you would in a heritage or power boot that perhaps has some padding or something to look after you. So what's my verdict on the mirosar 10? Well, if you're a fan of Messi, if you're a fan of speed boots, certainly going to be something for you. If you're not thinking you want to splash out all the cash on what is the 10.1, the top level one, then there's 10.2s, 10.3s, 10.4s. That's just like if you're buying an F50, an F10, an F5. They're available for kids, junior sizes, all that kind of good stuff. So there's definitely going to be tons of these boots out there, and you can find one that suits you. I would say, just bear in mind that these are pretty much an F50 with a different skin. There's been a few F50s that have been all hybrid touch, and these are the same. So they're called the mirosar 10, but in truth, they're just another F50 Messi boot. They're a cracking boot though, so if you like Messi, as I say, then go check yourself out a pair. I'm gonna go and kick around a few balls with these, and you go enjoy your football.